Has anyone else noticed a recent change in the tides that is YouTube gaming? Like, new creators are starting to emerge with this raw emotion, low editing style of content, and usually it's accompanied by some Minecraft gameplay, as you see me doing here. And there's a guy who's talking in the background, speaking his mind for about 10 minutes or so. It's not entirely new. It reminds me of YouTube, like, back in its days of old. And I believe the reason that it's starting to come back is due to the oversaturation of overstimulating content that's just being thrown at everybody. You know, those hyper-edited videos that everyone's just gotten used to at this point. So it feels new, even though it's old. It's kind of like how mullets were a popular hairstyle when most of our parents were young. And in recent years that they've kind of made a comeback. That's how the world works, really. It was just in style, and style changes over time. But eventually, you get to a point where every style has just been used. And that's when things become reused. It's such a refreshing feeling. Like, a lot of us older content consumers, if you want to call us that, at this point who've just spent years being bombarded with these Hollywood-level productions. And then you come across a video like this, and it just starts to feel like there's an actual person behind it. It feels refreshing. Like there's actually someone that's just like you or me. And when you just keep watching all of those cinema-level production videos, you just start to feel like that person is just beyond you as a human being. I've been creating on YouTube for approximately 15 years on and off. I've quit and I've come back and I've made new channels over and over again, time and time. And yes, I mean 15. I am 27 years old. The first video I ever made, I was about 12 or 13. And you know, back then YouTube wasn't too strict with the age like they are today. However, you won't find any of that content because I just continued over and over to delete. I didn't feel like any of it was good, and I just kept getting rid of it. Quitting again, and again. And I just kept wondering, will I ever be good enough? And I felt that way up until just this year. I had a realization of sorts. I realized that I started YouTube when I was so young because I fell in love with the process of creating content, with recording a video, editing a video, and then just feeling proud of the creation I've made. But the reason I continued wasn't for that same passion I felt as a child. I continued with this impatient drive to just become successful. And that right there was my downfall. I took all the passion away and I just made content for the sake of making content and trying to become someone and trying to become famous or make money. And now I have said goodbye to that self. I now make content again for that inner child of that 12, 13-year-old me who just loved to make content because it was just a beautiful form of art, essentially, for me. And it's helped me to find true happiness, honestly. One piece of advice that I could give to anyone who might find this video: don't let your desires cast their shadows over your dreams. The process is the reward. That's the fulfillment. Not the money, not the end goal you're looking for. The process of creating the video, that's the feeling you should be chasing. That's what should make you happy. And if it doesn't, then you need to do what I did. You need to take a step back and ask yourself, why am I doing this? Maybe it's not YouTube you're after, but this should really apply to anything. If you're only doing it for fame, success, money, any of those superficial reasons, just quit. But if you find that you have a true love and passion for this thing you're doing, in my mind, you've already achieved more than most, because most people aren't happy with what they're doing. And that should bring you happiness. I'm not really expecting many people to see this, but I hope I was able to touch at least one single person to chase their dreams and to hold on to them and not let them go just because they're not seeing any level of success right now. May God bless you, and I pray that anyone watching will find their passion.